What is going on, guys? VBuzz11 once again. Going to make another video for you guys today. I want you to really pay attention because I really like this topic. This topic hits home to me, and it's really important for you as well as for me, as well as for anyone else who's watching this video, or it could be very helpful for a friend of yours or any kind of person that you may get in contact with who has a problem like such as this. The title, I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be how to cure, the main topic of the video is how to cure bad habits, or if you want to call it an addiction. And I saw this video maybe 3 months ago from Eric Thomas. I'm sure you guys know Eric Thomas. He's a motivational speaker, a life coach, if you want to call it that. And I've obviously subscribed to him for about 2 or 3 years now. And he just talks about the power in consistency and how your life can change, or a certain aspect of your life can change just by doing something less or a limited time, or knocking it off completely for a certain amount of days or, weeks in your life. And I have a lot of friends who have these bad habits with either being non-productive, or either I have one friend who I used to talk to. I don't really talk to that much anymore, maybe here and there. I'm not going to obviously mention any names, but he had a problem with pornography. He had a very bad habit with watching pornography, and a lot of it, make it a day. It was like a daily routine for him. And obviously, not everyone wants to, do what they have to do every day. That's not, that's not really a great way to live, because it's kind of, a sense of desperation, if you want to call it that. And, everyone loves, their alone time and stuff, but that's not something that you're aiming toward a successful life of, of being. You don't want, to always rely on something such as that. So there's bad habits such as that. And Eric Thomas in the video also mentions that he started a diet. And on the start of the day, he had a fruits, nuts, and grains diet. And it was amazing what he said, because he said, as hard as it was, he stayed consistent with it, and he limited his time. Obviously, he erased the whole thing of bad food out of his life completely. So he only stuck to fruits, nuts, and grains for, he said, about 30 days. And he said at the end of 30 days, he was in an airport, and this is no joke. He said it, and it really gave me the chills when I first heard it, because it's so true how powerful consistency is. He said it, and after 30 days, when he actually stood to his word and he was consistent in what he had to do with facing that right diet, he passed a greasy food store, let's say a Burger King or any kind of fast food store in general. He passed a restaurant in the airport, and he smelt the grease and just the grease of that restaurant, of that fast food restaurant, and he said he was sick to his stomach. He was sick to his stomach, and I don't know if you guys understood what I just said, because it really hit home to me, and that gave me the chills when I heard that at first. He was very consistent with a diet plan that he had. He didn't take, he didn't have a cheat day, if you want to call it that. He didn't have no breaks. He was consistent with what he did to cure a bad habit of his, which was eating unhealthy. On the 30th day in a row where he ate healthy, and he was obviously improving that bad habit, he smelt a greasy fast food restaurant, the scent of a greasy fast food restaurant, and he was disgusted. All he wanted was broccoli. All he wanted was vegetables, was grains, was whole grain bread, was anything. He wanted whole grain pasta. All he wanted was fruits, nuts, and grains. And that was just in a matter of 30 days. And he says it could take up to 20, it could take less than 30 days, around 21 days, it's 3 weeks. So obviously, with the new month coming in, November's coming in 3 days from now, I want you guys to challenge yourself. If you can't do it in 21 days, do it for 2 days. Do it for 4 days. Do it for 6 days. A perfect example is for me. I have somewhat of an addiction, if you want to call it, or I'm very reliant on my cell phone. I'm always on Instagram, which I hate. And I'm always on Facebook, which I don't like. I rely on these things. Like, it's to the point where if I go into the bathroom, I brush my teeth in the morning, I come back, I'm on my phone. If I get up, get a sandwich, and I come back, I'm on my phone again. And I realize it. That's why I'm going to challenge myself as well in November. And I know I'm not big on waiting and saying, set a goal in the future and get it done, because I like just getting it done immediately. But I'm going to force myself to live a life where I don't need to be that reliant on my cell phone. Obviously, I'm paying a lot of money for a monthly, and I want to get the most out of it, yes. But when I'm scrolling through Facebook and Instagram and I see the same exact post that I saw 25 minutes ago, as of now, when I go back on my phone, there's no need to be on it that much, that often, or those sites. If it's not teaching me anything, I'm big on lessons. If it's not a lesson learned for me, in a sense, in a overall, it's really not helping me. It's not helping you. If you go on Facebook, every 10 minutes a day, if you go on Instagram, and I've realized that obviously it's not easy because it's somewhat, I'm very reliant on my phone. I'm very dependent on my phone, but I'm going to change that habit because I don't like the way that I'm living through that habit. I feel myself more unproductive in a sense, and I shouldn't be that reliant on my cell phone, especially if I'm looking at the same exact things that I saw 25 minutes ago. It's not teaching me anything new. I'm not learning anything from it. I used to be very, very, very against social media, and I caved in for some reason, and now I'm kind of all for it, which is going to change. I'm not saying that I'm not going to go on YouTube a lot. I'm not saying I'm going to not post videos for you guys. I'm not saying I'm not going to check my Instagram or Facebook daily, but I'm definitely going to limit it. I'm going to limit that bad habit that I have. Like I said, people have problems. People have bad habits with leaving their room a mess, leaving their car a mess, watching pornography, cheating on their girlfriend or boyfriend, not doing the homework, not going to class. Do what you have to do to stay consistent in that matter for as many days as you possibly can. And if you break that habit, start again that next day. That very next day. Don't take a day off. Start that very next day and continue with that positive attitude and positive mindset that you're going to stay consistent. And I promise you, soon enough, you will have that negative part out of your life. And you will be more consistent and successful. You will be more productive. Test yourself every day. If you're not testing yourself, if you're not learning every day, then what are you really living for? What are you passionate about? I don't enjoy, spending a lot of time on my cell phone, even though I am on it. It's just a habit, a very bad habit that I have, and I'm going to change that because I'm going to stay consistent with limiting my time on my cell phone and on social media. I'm going to change that, and you guys can change it too. It's the power and consistency that will help you change it. You need to want something deeply. You really need to want to change in order to do it. So do what you have to do to change to be that better person that you want to become. Because there is a power and consistency, and you are what you repeatedly do, day in and day out. And even if you can't do it for 5 days, do it for 4, do it for 3, do it for a day and a half. That's starting somewhere. You need to start somewhere in order to be successful, and that's where it's all going to begin. And in the end, you're going to thank yourself. I promise you, you are. Stay consistent. There is a power in that, and hold that. Don't budge in. As hard as you can, don't cave in. Because you guys can overcome any kind of bad habit that you have, and I promise you, you can. I promise you, you can. I'm living proof of that. I promise you. I'm going to do the same challenge that I want you guys to do. Please let me know if it's working out for you guys. Comment in the box below if you'd like. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put in a link below. Even though I'm not going to be checking it as much now because I'm changing my bad habits. But God bless, guys. Believe, excel, achieve. I hope this video taught you guys something. I hope I could help you as much as I can. That's why I do what I do, guys. God bless.